First item on the agenda is consider approval of minutes of previous meeting held October 6, 2016.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Unanimous.
The second item on the agenda is consider approval of annual contribution to the Marion County Youth Basketball Program in the amount of $2,500. That is
Motion.
something that we've done
Second.
for several years.
Mr. Bass?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Mr. Elder? Yes. Unanimous.
The third item on the agenda is an E911 request. Consider approval naming Boswell Lane off Highway 49 at Three Pines Road and Blanford Lane off of Old 68 for E911 purposes.
Approved.
Keith has went out and looked at them. And
Yeah. They've all been verified by the post office, the names. Yeah, they're all cleared.
We've already arranged them and readdressed. Everybody on that road is waiting for approval.
Motion.
Let's
Second.
get it done.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Masterson?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle? Yes. Unanimous.
item number 4 on the agenda is consider approval to advertise for the emergency management position that's recently been vacated.
Second, Taz?
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Masterson? Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 5 is consider approval of the American Legion lease at the Heritage Center. Lisa did prepare a lease and it is in y'all's packet.
That's, what's the open term on that?
Well, I didn't know what term we'd agreed to, so I could fill that in because I was in the initial talk, so I left that open for whatever period of time.
Is there a typical time on that, or a year, or 2 or 3 years, or?
I'd say that,
Yearly basis.
an annual basis would probably be the overall best.
Yeah, in case.
Because, once we set that term for one, we open that door for all, so.
I'm sorry, I haven't read the lease, but is there a termination policy in here, part of it?
I think it's 120 days, it's still with the,
Yeah, it's under Article 1, Section C.
Right.
it's the same lease pretty much that we did with the Historical Society. I just changed of course, the Historical Society has the 3rd floor. What my understanding was is they talked about the 2nd floor where it used to be the Oakland District Courtroom, the other sheriff's office, and then what used to be the holding area for the prisoners. It's my understanding the area that they're looking at. That's my understanding they are not, and they're looking at it for a meeting area, some storage for files.
Right. And obviously, just like the other lease, I think it states in here that any changes they make or whatever is their yeah, it has to be approved by the court. It's their responsibility. The only thing that we need to keep in mind moving forward also, I think the contract also includes that any utilities, I think the way you have this written, any utilities are paid by the landlord, which obviously the landlord is the court, okay? So as we move forward, and I think that's what we did originally for the,
It is.
yeah, so just keep that in mind, so as we move forward. Okay. That's why I think that it would probably be best to stick to as Master Bishop said, a lease with option to renew.
So you all just want to do till October next year, or do till December next year, since we're signing it in October? How do you all want to do that?
We'll just do till, let's just do till
January
yeah.
1 be easier.
January, just do it on a calendar year, yeah, that'd be great.
Because I think they're pretty anxious to try to go ahead and get in there. Mr. Gaddy has called me pretty frequently.
If you guys don't have a problem, we'll just,
So if you all would be willing, if the court wants to do it, I think they're anxious to get in there. So if you're saying, if we want to do it maybe till December 2017, or however the court wants to do it.
that's correct.
That'd be good.
Yeah, effective immediately and renewable in December 2017. Thank you.
Motion on that, or?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes.
Mr. Masterson?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle? Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 6, consider approval of Marion County Sheriff's Office audit for 2015, fees in the amount of $11,061.51.
Second.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Unanimous?
Also, on behalf of the sheriff, I would like to commend him on his excellent picture in the paper, running in those high heel shoes. It really brought, he didn't win, but he was sure trying, it looked to me like. Oh, did he? I couldn't tell if he was crying or laughing because,
I don't want to say anything related, but my sister don't want to live by herself, so don't do that again.
I didn't know what was going on until I saw his shoes, and then I couldn't tell if he was crying or laughing.
It was a little bit embarrassing. I mean,
Listen, I wanted to get in, you would have come in second, but they wouldn't let me in.
it was a great cause, and I will say this, you did look sexy in those heels, I'll tell you. Might want to shave the ankles next time, though, or change the socks or something. Those socks didn't go with those heels, I can tell you. So, you know. Judge, real quick, did we hit line item 4? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's 2 minutes ago.
I missed it.
Have you checked
Yeah, I think so,
for a lot of issues?
for sure.
Department reports, Jimmy actually has a report here for everybody to look at.
Looks good.
Keith, you got anything?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Keith, for that road, checking them roads out.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. Jimmy, is there anything you'd like to add? You sure?
You called at 7 o'clock. Don't miss an opportunity.
Like Robbie, looks like.
By the way,
it's-
that is, I did notice in your report, and I want to thank you, that is 24/7, correct? Thank you so
He
much.
goes to sleep at 6 o'clock at night.
He sleeps at 6:30, wakes up at 1:15, so, you know.
It's rather odd that we solicit conversation in here.
Well, I know, but it's just so good to see Mr. Rakes here, so I just want to acknowledge him, so, you know. I didn't know if maybe the camera could catch Mr. Rakes there, you know, or not, so, yeah.
Robbie, you got anything?
Just that we're at 2,316 calls per year.
Gee,
You get your new
We
unit.
got it down there now, we're starting some of the work on it.
good deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I talked to Kay at the animal shelter, and everything's going pretty smooth out there. Everything's, no problems, and everything's moving along.
Good deal. Under old business, new business, consider approval to purchase a credit card processing machine to accept payments for sanitation. That's something that we looked at this past week. Kevin and Melissa and the staff out there looked at it. And how much is it?
$224 for the terminal.
It is,
Doesn't cost.
add or through the phone line, through the
Through the internet.
internet.
Yeah. It's e-
Most of the newer,
So there's no fees back on the county?
Fees are collected and go directly to the card.
We have a lot of people call, and a lot of people come in that don't have checkbooks anymore, so, you know, it's something we need to do, really.
Is there,
What is the fee?
you know, I guess that, and maybe I missed that, I apologize, but so what you're saying is that they could utilize their card, but there's no cost to the county for using that card?
There's a cost.
Who pays the fee?
The
Customer.
person paying, the customer person paying the bill.
Okay, well,
So
yeah,
you- my point is, yeah, normally it doesn't work that way. Obviously, normally when you utilize a card, the individual or company or even government end of it has the fee. It's tacked on, so,
Yeah, this is a government, GovTail is who.
Okay.
Same
excellent,
people the sheriff's
The
office.
sheriff's office is currently using them also, so.
awesome, good
sounds
deal.
good. Thank you, sir.
You have to tell the people that they're being charged when they run that
Yeah,
card?
Yeah.
They have to verbally agree, it'll tell them how much the fee will be.
look and see, where you gonna put it, front out here?
Around the head office.
They have to have a terminal, so something, or maybe one out there.
One I need to start using. Yeah, it's just what it costs me every month.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah, no big
wonder if
deal.
I can hook up on that GovTel.
While we're talking about that, all business, new business, we, Kevin and myself and Melissa met with Time Warner Cable this past week to consider possibly doing some changing here in the office. And we just got a quote that came in just a few minutes ago. If you all want to take a look at that and maybe let us know something next meeting or something, or,
What is your time frame on that?
well, it's pretty ASAP, I do believe. But, like I say, he just got this to us today, because there were some changes on the existing that we had to do.
Make sure, last time that other, it wasn't a real change, the other company, they lost a lot of the numbers and got mixed up. Make sure they've got all of your numbers.
Is that the same
Correct.
company?
No, it's
this is-
different.
No, this is a different,
Yeah, basically, it's totally different. What we were doing in the past and,
just a billing.
yeah, basically, they were just a broker, is what they were doing. They were a broker, and they were buying so much from the primary phone company and then selling it at a discount to the users. With this situation, what you're doing here, of course, is that you're going away from the phone line base to basically an Ethernet base or an IP based solution. So this is totally different, and you keep the same numbers you had. So actually, in all reality, it should be transparent. I know I've done it personally at my home. I'm sure others have as well. And I will say this, the service so far has been excellent.
From all I've dealt with, the phone service, you won't notice, it won't be better or worse. The internet will be a lot better, more than likely, but the phone service, you just gotta make sure, you sign that contract, all the lines, just verify, like, a lot of times you've got lines for alarms and elevators and stuff that you don't really think about.
Right.
Make sure,
Well, there's a couple options too that currently the county barn doesn't have the ability to have it, so part of it includes getting them connected to.
Just curiosity.
see, now, the county barn they don't have
But
they're in the
part of-
process of running that out.
Part of this does include getting it to the county barn. The only place in the county that wouldn't have it would be the transfer station, so that would be the only one that would remain on Windstream.
Judge, and if the court would oblige, I would be willing to make the motion to approve with your final review and approval, so.
Second it.
I do know that Time Warner is looking at running a cable. It stops like along about Eddie Lee's or somewhere, and they're looking at running one all the way to Calvary for the school system
They are.
out through there, but it's not gonna happen. They just now doing the engineering, they haven't started installing anything. So it'll be out through there, so. But right now, they don't have any out there.
We would be going from 3 meg to 10 meg in bandwidth
Huge difference.
it's a huge difference in speed, and to grow, it's what you need to have. I think PVA's already got Time Warner, so
Yeah.
because of the,
Making a run in the county.
Oh, they are.
so.
Excellent.
What do you
Like I
think
said,
about it, Jay?
there's not really any difference in the phone service. You won't even notice it, but the internet speed's and that's what everybody in the businesses work on. That's the main thing now, so.
Motion second.
I've got a motion and a second on the Time Warner, and I was wondering if we need a motion on the credit card machine. Oh, let's do Time Warner.
I made a motion on a credit card machine and somebody seconded.
I don't think so. But, motion on Time Warner Cable that is approved with final judgment of the judge.
That was Masher with the motion, yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Mash, Mr. Quick. Yes. Mr. Wicker. Mr. Bishop, unanimous. And on the credit card machine.
I made a motion and,
Did you?
Masher Wicker seconded.
Did he?
yes.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Quick? Yes. Unanimous.
Good government flows fast and smooth. That's right.
With that, you need to, one thing they did do with the mother house and the school system, it kind of made them, tell them to give you a time frame, because if they don't, they might run it on out there now, and it might be 2 years. There's an issue going on now with the mother house. They agreed to
Yeah,
change everything over.
They didn't have a
Didn't
time
have a
limit
time
on it.
date,
Yeah.
so they don't know when they're gonna get to do it. And that's the way with the school. they're wanting to convert all the schools, but they said we're not changing anything till we get them all, so that's kind of holding their feet to the fire a little bit, but.
Yeah.
So until they get, and just need to maybe verify that they are gonna have a time frame on that. Because that would be the animal shelter and the road department and all that. And I would have thought they had something out to Fairground Road. That being part of the city, don't have anything out that way? Okay. Yeah, that's on,
And
and
Judge,
like I said, just
Marshall-
verify the phone number.
Manager Quill brings up a good point. When you get with Time Warner, I know you're going to discuss this contract, but while you're with them, if you could ask them to provide, I would love to see, if you could ask them to provide the court with a roadmap, maybe a 5-year roadmap of where they are, of course, and if they have any plans for expansion or what that expansion might be, along with the time frame, because, internet access is a tremendous tool for families, for whether you have children, whatever, for small business families, whatever. And we have a lot of the county that has fortunate enough to have that, but we also have a lot of the areas of the county that do not have that.
Exactly.
And I think that's critical in the growth and development of the county, because you go just right out here past the country club at Jody Drive and then out through that area, they do not have it.
Fairground Road, that's.
Fairground, so anyhow, if you could ask them for a timeline, a 5-year plan.
Time Warner, we have discussed that with them about countywide,
Yeah, we hope they don't just cherry pick areas where there's a lot of business.
Well, I understand it's a business
Yeah, it
decision,
is.
but it would be nice if the court, because I don't know, I'm sure you guys, but I guess I get asked all the time from individuals about, well, do you have any idea of when we're going to have internet in our area? Well, this is an opportunity, I think, that while you have their ear, that it would be nice to achieve,
Exactly.
gather
Let
that
me answer that
information.
question.
Thank you.
Under old business, new business, consider approval to appoint Jimmy Rakes to the interim road supervisor position.
Mr. Wood? Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
That was Jimmy Rakes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
And Mr. Masters?
Making sure.
Is
Yes.
that unanimous?
That being said, it's been brought to my attention that we're a couple people down at the barn right now, so we need permission to hire one for sanitation.
Motion.
Second.
Well, we're not, I guess you're going to advertise for,
Advertised to
Yeah.
hire, yes.
so
We don't have any application right now?
I think it'd probably be good to advertise.
Is there since we're gonna go ahead and do for 2 or just do for 1 now, or?
I think it's for both.
If we are, they want them to make hard for us, one's going to have CDL license.
Well, how about this motion is to approve the advertisement of hiring 2. That'll give you the opportunity to possibly kill 2 birds with 1 stone if need be, so.
One with CDL.
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Masterson?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Just a couple things for your all's information. I did have a representative from Atmos Energy come by the office yesterday to inform me that in the next few months, they're going to be going around to residences and letting people know that they're going to replace the existing Atmos line in the county, about 15 miles of it. It has nothing to do with Kindred Morgan or
No, it's their line.
Meadow Lane. It's a 6-inch line. It's not a 30-inch line, so.
Is that the one from Calvary to Springfield, or just?
Calvary to Springfield. So they're going to be in people's front yards, and just kind of want to let everybody know that they will be in our community. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, so.
You know, in Meadow Lane, I rode out there yesterday, and I will say this, that I know Master Quayle's been keeping an eye on it, Master Bishop as well, and you guys, it looks great out there. It's coming
It does.
along, and I tell you what, so far so good, and appreciate all y'all's effort. Contractors have done I think have done a very good job, so, especially the lawn care. whoever did's doing that did a great job.
We got some neighbors out in that area that keep us informed.
I'm sure that's
At,
true.
Last Saturday afternoon, we had a tanker truck turnover down on Highway 152, and right by the Loretta Mother House entrance. Jimmy, are they done there? Have they completed that?
Yeah, I was down there with them Monday, and I know yesterday we were there. They've been working nonstop since
I come there yesterday, and they were still doing some stuff on the road. down
They're
there.
probably gonna be in that area for several days, I'd say.
Was it diesel?
Diesel fuel is what it was, so.
About 6,400 gallons.
Can we recapture that and take it out to the farm? Can we recapture that and take it out to the farm?
Don't think so.
Unless you can use it with dirt in it.
And don't work real well.
I'm sure he tried.
I'm sure he's tried.
Another announcement, they're having a fundraiser at Maker's Mark tomorrow. I think, Steve, you probably know more about this than I do, since you work down there, so you want
Pie contest?
pie in the face.
Well, it's a pie in the face deal, raising money for United Way. I think the judge has been invited to
I'm
attend.
invited to attend, I'll be there.
I've been invited to attend. Mr. Elder has been invited to do some little auctioneering there.
That's going to be enjoyable, let me tell you.
Terry Mills, I forget the whole list, all the managers down there.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity to actually put a pie in someone's face, showing your affection.
The only sad thing is, I'm sure this broadcast won't be on in time for people, but boy, it'd been nice if everybody really knew they had the opportunity to put a pie in a couple of people's faces, I tell you what. And I'll say this, I cannot wait to auction you gentlemen off.
Well, I have to say this.
He won't get none on his face.
Ground rules are, but I hope
Let me make clear, there are no ground rules, okay? First rule, there are no rules, all right?
hoping that I can be it. If I do, Judge Daugherty, you're mine.
Yeah. Well, as I said,
It works both ways, too.
as I said, I'm thinking about selling,
Simultaneous.
I'm
there you go.
thinking about selling Judge Daugherty by the inch and mash him by the pound. I'm not sure, so, I think it'll bring a little more.
Is there a reason for this?
Just say it, just say
Get
it.
a pie in the face?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
All right. Anybody else have anything else?
Judge, I've got one thing, just want to remind everyone that starting Saturday, I think it is Saturday, the fire school's this weekend here in Marion County. So if, it's a tremendous opportunity for local emergency service personnel to receive some free training. I know the county obviously participates, the city also participates with their facilities and so forth. So it's a great opportunity for our volunteers to get some training, and thank all those individuals that are helping. Chief Mattingly, Robbie, basically all the chiefs, everybody's been a part of it. I want to thank them all because they've done a great job, and it's always a good school. Usually have not only locally, but we have individuals come in from outside the counties, other counties that stay and so forth and participate. So just keep your eyes open. Also, it just reminds you that they're going to be here, so they're using, remember, the floor. So
What time they need to be here?
registration starts at 7, and the first class starts at 8 o'clock. So I'd say 7:30 we need to have the doors open, so that they can access the classroom.
I got two things when you get through.
Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to donate $2,500 to the Gravel Switch Community Center for tables to go with their new chairs. And also, Braversfield's got a lot of history out there stored in different places, and I talked with the school committee and asked them if I could do one room in that school for all this history and memorabilia. They agreed to it, and my major project, I want to donate $10,000 to that.
Motion.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Bishop. Yes. Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Elder,
Yes.
Mr. Ware,
Yes.
unanimous.
And everything that's spent there they will keep account of it if there's any questions.
Yeah, we'll need receipts on that, so that'd be good.
Somebody else have anything?
Does it,
Bills yet?
I just wonder how many artifacts Masher Wicker has, because he's about the oldest individual out there now, isn't he? I was gonna say.
I've got a few.
I would say it's calling the Clinton Foundation's Jackie's personal room.
You know, I've heard those, yeah, that's right, exactly, yeah.
Picture gonna be on the door.
Picture, well, they'll probably put it in the back. I don't know if I'd put it out front, but you know.
It'll make you guys proud. They're gonna put a sign or a plaque in there saying, sponsored by Marion County Fiscal Court.
Well, let us know. I'd like to see it, because I know that they do a great
Can I
job.
put
in
my
there.
name on the bottom of it?
I'll let you take that up with the county attorney, Miss Lisa Nally
Put
Martin,
the rest
okay?
of them, Jackie Wicker and the rest of them.
And the rest of them.
No, Jackie Wicker, UTC.
Now, is the rest of them, is that RESTUM, rest of them? Rest of
Oh,
them.
goodness.
All right, anybody got anything
I want
else?
to make a motion to pay the bills with any additions if there are any.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.